Sewing a scrunchie by hand, what you will need: fabric, elastic, this is 1/8 of an inch wide elastic, though you could use a 1/4 inch wide elastic too, a pair of scissors to cut your fabric, a hand needle, a safety pin to bring your elastic through and to help us turn our scrunchie the right way, and thread. You want matching thread. I'm going to use a contrasting thread so that you can see the thread clearly, a piece of chalk to draw on your fabric. Begin by laying out your fabric. Draw one rectangle. The size should be somewhere around 4 inches wide, 23 inches long. You can make it narrower, you can make it shorter, you can play around with wider, you can play around with the sizes. Scrunchies vary in size greatly. Thread a hand needle. Fold your rectangle with the good sides in the sandwich. Mark 2 inches at each end. We will leave 2 inches at each end not sewn. You can pin it to hold the fold together. Begin by taking one stitch right at the 2-inch mark. Take a second stitch on top of that, and then a third stitch on top of that. That's instead of making knots. We're securing our thread to our fabric. It's very strong without knots. Now continue by taking a bunch of stitches at the same time and then pulling your thread through. Every now and then, put the needle backwards 1 stitch, back where you already sewed. Overlap 1 stitch every few stitches. That will ensure that the stitches will be more secure. Since hand stitches are a lot weaker than sewing machine stitches, we want to add that security every now and then by doing a double stitch. Keep going until you reach the next 2-inch mark. When you reach that mark, take 3 stitches once again in the same spot, 1, 2, and 3, and cut your thread, leaving just a little bit hanging. Stick in a safety pin to one end of your tube and push the safety pin inside, followed by the fabric to help you turn this the correct way. Stick the safety pin with the fabric attached to it in a little bit and then pull the fabric flat. Bring it through some more, holding the safety pin by crunching up more fabric onto it and then pulling the fold all the way to the side back out. This will help you bring the entire fabric, turning it the correct way. Once it's turned the correct way, take your safety pin out. Now we need to sew the 2 short sides together. Flat open those 2 short sides. Go ahead and sew them together. Again, start with 3 stitches in the same spot and then keep going small stitches and do a back stitch every now and then. We left 2 inches open at each end for this reason, so that at this point we would be able to sew the 2 short sides together. When you're done sewing it, again, take 3 stitches in the same spot and cut your thread. This time we sewed the entire line. We did not leave the beginning or the end of this short line unsewn. It's all sewn. Now you can just pull on that fabric and the bad side of the fabric goes inside. Cut your elastic around 7 inches. Put a safety pin onto it and use that safety pin to help you get around the scrunchie. Check us out at thesewpro.com to learn how to finally use the sewing machine. Sewing machines are fun and easy and make sewing way more efficient and user-friendly. Go ahead and tie a knot at the 2 ends of the elastic. Then allow that knot to pop back into the scrunchie. Now we just need to close the opening. Fold in the raw edges of that fabric so that the fold sort of continues from where you had sewn before. Put the needle from the inside. You can actually tie a double knot at the end of the thread and then bring the needle inside. And now we're sewing right along the edge. Now the stitches are allowed to show on the outside. Almost all scrunchies have stitches that show on the outside, since it's usually sewn by sewing machine at this point, where the stitches would, yes, show on the outside. Now here, I'm sewing it so that the stitches don't really show on the outside, but don't worry if they do. I'm sort of going inside the fabric. At the end, I tied a knot and took 1 stitch through, and the scrunchie is complete. thesewpro.com